Job interviews are your chance to shine, but even the most experienced professionals can make mistakes that sabotage their chances. In today's video, I'm sharing the 6 most common job interview mistakes and, more importantly, how you can avoid them. And stick around until the end because I've got a bonus mistake that could make or break your salary negotiations. Let's go ahead and jump in. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time we post a new video about job search advice, or if you're just looking for encouragement, wisdom, and practical guidance in your career transition journey, let us be your guide. As someone who's been in the trenches as a former executive recruiter turned career coach, I've seen firsthand the mistakes that even great candidates make during interviews, mistakes that can cost them the job. But with the right knowledge and preparation, I've also seen candidates and clients ace their interviews and land amazing offers. Today, we're going to dive into those common mistakes and, more importantly, how to avoid them. First, let me introduce myself. I'm Chuks, also known as Dr. A, with 20 years of HR and recruitment experience from many leading companies. My wife and I founded Career Calibration to help seasoned professionals land six-figure plus roles without the frustration of relying solely on job applications that yield little to no results. We've successfully guided hundreds of candidates and clients through the job search process. So, if you're a seasoned professional facing challenges in your job search, stay tuned until the end. I'll share how we can support you on your journey. But before we dive in, let's acknowledge a few things. Interviews can be very subjective. Though they are not supposed to be, there are factors beyond the 6 or 7 mistakes that I'm going to share with you today. Personality, team dynamics, and chemistry, though unwritten, can make or break an interview. These elements are out of your control. However, let's focus on what you can control. So let's start with common mistake number 1, and that is talking too much. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone just wouldn't stop talking? How did it make you feel? Did you feel heard, or did you just want to leave the conversation? For a trained interviewer like a recruiter, HR leader, or seasoned hiring manager, this is a red flag that can't be spotted from a mile away. Questions like, tell me about yourself, which is I covered in a recent video you can check out, are where this mistake shows up first. While it's natural to want to make a good impression, over-explaining or dominating the conversation can backfire. It often comes across as nervousness or lack of focus, and it might prevent the interviewer from getting to key questions or sharing important information about the role. This imbalance can leave the interviewer with an incomplete picture of your suitability for the job. The key to avoiding this mistake is to practice concise and focused responses. A good rule of thumb is to keep each answer between 30 to 60 seconds long. The more you can convey in a short window, the better. It's a testament to your ability to communicate effectively. Before the interview, rehearse answers to common questions with a clear beginning, middle, and end. Aim to keep your responses around 30 to 60 seconds each, as I mentioned, allowing room for follow-up questions and dialogue. Be mindful of your interviewer's cues. If they look like they want to interject, pause and let them take the lead. Remember, interviews are as much about listening as they are about speaking. By maintaining a balanced conversation, you'll leave a stronger, more professional impression. As the philosopher Epictetus once said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Come to the interview prepared to listen more than you speak. This gives you the opportunity to hear what the employer wants, allowing you to respond in a way that resonates with them. Okay, so mistake number 2, speaking poorly of past employers. Speaking negatively about a past employer reflects poorly on your professionalism and can raise red flags about your attitude. No matter how challenging the situation was, it's crucial to frame your experiences positively. I've had managers tell me things like, I hope they don't bring that mess over here, after hearing a candidate criticize a former employer. Instead of focusing on the negatives, talk about what you learned and how you grew from your past experiences. This approach showcases your resilience and professionalism, making you a more attractive candidate. All right, so mistake number 3, not asking questions at the end of the interview or during it if the opportunity arises can suggest disinterest or a lack of engagement. I've seen candidates either advance or be cut from the process based solely on the questions they ask. I've heard hiring managers say things like, that candidate asked really good questions. They even brought up points we hadn't considered. Getting a response like that shows that you've done your research and are thoughtful, intentional, and serious about the role. Remember, interviews are a two-way street. This is your chance to learn more about the company and the role. So the solution? Prepare thoughtful questions about the company, culture, team dynamics, and future goals. This not only shows your interest, but also helps you determine if the company is the right fit for you. All right, so mistake number 4, poor body language. Body language speaks volumes during the interview. Some research suggests that over 90% of communication is nonverbal and can't be expressed through body language. Negative body language, such as lack of eye contact, slouching, or crossing your arms, can convey disinterest, nervousness, or a lack of confidence. So what's the solution? Have presence of mind and be conscious of your posture. Maintain your eye contact and use open body language to convey confidence and engagement. Practicing your body language before the interview can make a big difference. If this is resonating with you so far, hit that like button right now. Also, comment below, what other mistakes would you avoid during the interview? Mistake number 5, interrupting the interviewer. Interrupting the interviewer is a guaranteed way to leave a negative impression. It comes across as disrespectful and can disrupt the flow of the conversation, making it harder to establish rapport. Some candidates get overly excited or too agreeable, even attempting to finish the interviewer's sentence. Avoid this at all costs. So the solution? Practice active listening and allow the interviewer to complete their thoughts before responding. This approach demonstrates respect, patience, and your ability to engage in professional dialogue. Okay, so mistake number 6, focusing too much on yourself. While it's important to highlight your strengths, focusing too much on yourself without considering how you can contribute to the company can make you seem self-centered. Employers want to know what you can do for them, not just what you've done. Solution? Make it less about you and more about them. Frame your answers to show how your skills and experiences will benefit the company. Use examples that align with the company's needs and demonstrate your value as a team member. Also, if you've spent more time listening than talking during the interview, you can begin to think about ways you can align your responses to what they want in accordance to your ability, skills, and experience. I call this selling it back to the employer. A great tactic to create strong alignment between what you offer and what the employer needs most. Okay, so now on to our bonus mistake. Giving an ultimatum during salary negotiations. While it's essential to know your worth, presenting a take it or leave it stance can backfire and lead to a breakdown in negotiation. I've seen too many interviews take a bad turn quickly when candidates put their foot down on what they want. As a former recruiter, I can assure you that organizations do not appreciate ultimatums and are often more than willing to move on to the next candidate. Keep in mind that you're rarely the only candidate being considered, and sometimes offers are won by a very narrow margin. So the solution? Instead of giving ultimatums, approach the salary negotiations with flexibility and a willingness to collaborate. Be humble and thankful for the opportunity presented. Express your desired salary while remaining open to discussions about other benefits or compensation structures. This approach shows that you are a professional who values a mutually beneficial agreement. All right, that's it. Avoiding these common interview mistakes can significantly increase your chances of landing your next role. Remember, interviews are as much about managing perceptions as they are about showcasing your skills. By being mindful of these pitfalls and approaching the process with a strategic mindset, you can set yourself apart from the competition. If you are a seasoned professional that is struggling to make a career transition and need help in doing so, I'd love to help. So click on the link below and fill out an application to work with us. If a fit, you will be prompted to schedule a call with us. I look forward to meeting you. Also, need more ideas or guidance on landing your next role? Check out my free job search training, where I provide a comprehensive framework to help you successfully secure your next position. You can reserve your spot in the valuable training by clicking on the registration link below. And finally, if you liked this video, be sure to subscribe and comment below. See you next time. Over and out.